Alrighty, we're making Patatas Bravas. When I first tried these, I totally freaked out. I tried them at their bar here in Telluride, and they are a Spanish bar snack. So what we're gonna do to start is pierce our potatoes, because we're gonna microwave them for about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? So you must pierce them before you microwave them, otherwise they will explode in your microwave, and no one would want that. So I just take a sharp knife, and I just poke several holes, or you could use a fork, whatever you're comfortable with. But I don't peel the potatoes in this recipe. Okay, so we have pierced our 3 russet potatoes. Now I'm gonna microwave them for 2 to 3 minutes, just until they're just soft enough to cut my 1-inch cubes. So we're gonna go ahead and prep our ingredients for our Patatas Bravas. And I had the potato in the microwave for a few minutes, just 2 to 3 minutes, just to soften it up. You're not fully cooking it here. It's a little bit hot, so be careful, or let it cool before you handle it. And I'm just gonna cut it into little wedges. So our Patatas Bravas certainly needs a good hit of garlic, so we're just gonna go ahead and use 2 garlic cloves. And we'll throw those in after we've sauteed the onion for a little bit. And we're just gonna go ahead and give that a rough chop. These are gonna end up, the onions, tomato, and garlic are all gonna end up in the Cuisinart. So you don't have to go too crazy on your chopping here. Perfect, and now we're gonna move over to the stove. Okay, so we have our 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a 12-inch cast iron skillet over medium heat. I'm gonna go ahead and put in those onions, sizzle, sizzle. Just gonna go ahead and cook those for about 3 minutes or so, just so they're translucent and fragrant. Okay, so we've sauteed our onions for 3 minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and toss in the garlic. There's 2 cloves of fresh garlic. And we'll cook that for about a minute, just to combine the flavors. And then we're gonna throw in our cup of quartered cherry tomatoes. And we're just gonna cook those for about 3 minutes, so the tomatoes get nice and hot and they burst a little bit. They look great and they smell amazing. Now I'm gonna bring them over to the food processor, and we're gonna combine them with all the other ingredients. And I'm going to transfer this beautiful tomato mix to the bowl of my food processor. And guys, you can use a blender for this as well, whatever you have. Just keep it easy. What I love about cooking is keeping it easy. I mean, you know, as much as I love to be in the kitchen, I also love to be playing outdoors, hanging with my kids, all that stuff. So I say keep it simple. And this Patatas Bravas really keeps it nice and simple. We're also gonna add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Gotta love smoked paprika. I'm gonna add a nice tablespoon, plus extra that just fell in, tablespoon of smoked paprika. Again, your measurements don't need to be completely exact, it's really to taste. And depending upon how hot you like your dishes, Tabasco, go ahead, add that or your favorite hot sauce in there. I'm just gonna do a little bit, and then let's not forget, we got 3/4 of a cup of, I like the full fat mayo, guys. Don't skimp here, don't go light. There's no reason to go light. These are Patatas Bravas after all, so we're making an aioli. We have this mayonnaise which acts as the binding fat, okay? And we have some sherry vinegar as well. About a tablespoon of that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. Okay, well that was quick and easy. That's our sauce for the Patatas Bravas. It's an aioli, has mayo in it. Okay, so put your gloves back on. This hot pot's going back to the stovetop, and do not rinse it, because the potatoes are gonna go in there. We want all that onion yumminess that's left in the pan. Okay, so we're gonna put another few tablespoons or so of oil in our cast iron skillet over medium heat. And now we're gonna put in those chopped potatoes. And we're gonna cook those for about 5 minutes, just every now and then giving them a toss with your tongs so they brown evenly. Remember, we kind of want these to be a little bit crispy. Okay, these potatoes are looking great. They're nice and browned, and I'm gonna transfer them to a foil-lined sheet pan because they're gonna go in a 375-degree oven. Okay, so I've reduced the heat in my skillet to low. And again, don't wash the pan because the potatoes are gonna go back in here with the aioli sauce. No need to rinse. And again, I'm gonna transfer them over to my skillet. So these potatoes just keep going like skillet, oven, skillet, all that kind of stuff. And trust me, they are filled with delicious flavor. Now what we're gonna do is pour in our aioli sauce. And we're just gonna heat it until the whole mixture's nice and hot. What you're gonna see is the aioli mixture starts to get like this dark, gorgeous red. So just combine this just till everything's nice and hot. So what you'll see is after a few minutes cooking, the sauce is just gonna get like a little bit darker. Everything just cooks down a little bit. And when you serve this dish, keep it in the cast iron skillet because it keeps that really rustic feel. This is looking so good, you guys. We're ready to garnish with some freshly chopped parsley and then munch.